Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, the YouTube channel of this little munchkin here. I'm sorry, boobs. I'll let him just sleep on my lap. While I'll tell you what you need to know before you get a little sausage dog like this one. For those of you who don't know, this is Ralph, and this is channel about him and his little life, isn't it? He's very sleepy at the moment, so I'll just let him sleep and I'll tell you all the tips you need to know. So me and my boyfriend kind of sat down and we had a look at couple of tips that you need to know, kind of good and bad. Do you want to be in a shot? Oh, would you look so tired? Couple of tips and tricks you need to know before you get a Dachshund. Kind of what's the reality of it, what is a life, and how does a life with a Dachshund looks like. I've got them written down on my tablet, so I'll be looking down, reading them to you. And the very first one we both came up with is they're not as cute as they look like. Now you might want to think, why would we say that? Because we've got a Dachshund, why do we discourage other people to get Dachshunds? No, it's absolutely not the thing, but it's important for you to know that, you know, they're not always just cute and innocent. You know, they chew stuff, they poop on a carpet, they pee on a carpet, they're naughty, you know, they rip stuff up and stuff like that. So just so you know, they're not as cute, not always, you know, cute as they might look like. The second point to consider is we've got a short-haired one. So as you can see, Ralph will just pop up in the video. So as you can see, he's a short-haired one. Oh, I think he's very brightened. Are you asleep, baby? He's a short-haired one, and you know, we've got him because we thought, oh, that's good, you know, they're not gonna shed as much because he's a short-haired one. That is not the case. They still shed, there's still a lot of hair. He loves to sleep with us in the bed, which is kind of cute, but the bed is full of his hair. Point number 3, he loves to bark for no reason. There's no reason. You'll be sitting, you know, eating or doing something, God forbid not paying attention to him, and he'll just bark. He can bark in the middle of the night, he can bark in the middle of the day, he can just bark all the time. I don't know. But that's one thing to consider when you know, before you get a Dachshund. Point number 4, he's always hungry, always begging for food. So every time we cook in the kitchen and we are, you know, just going to the kitchen, even near to the kitchen, or God forbid touch something that makes a noise that sounds like his snack bag, he's there. He's literally there. He sits, he looks at you all the time with his little puppy eyes. So you just want to give him snacks all the time. The downside of it is because he's always hungry and begging for food, he's in the kitchen there. You know, if you're, for example, cutting onions, which are, if you're a dog owner, you probably know they are toxic to a dog. If you didn't know, that's another point for you to know. If you cut and chop an onion and you drop it on the floor, he will literally be there, he'll pick it up, he'll run away, so you have to be very careful. If you have kitchen door, you know, it's great, you can just lock them out, but again, as a previous point, they will bark. That will be the reasons for him to bark. Come on then, off you go. Because he's there always begging, you know, you just want to and are tempted to give him more snacks because you think he's hungry, but believe me, he's not hungry. He's not. If you think back logically, you know, you fed him, you know, he had water, he just is greedy and he just wants food all the time. And point number 5 of the, you know, the negative-ish stuff about Dachshunds, and then we'll move on a little to good stuff for you to consider before you get Dachshund. But this point is quite important, and it is that Dachshunds are very stubborn. They are one of the most stubbornest, I don't even know if that's a word, but they are the most stubborn breed to train. They can't be trained. They're very difficult to house train. I mean, Ralph here is 8 months and we are still house training him. So it has been a very big challenge. So you need to consider that. If you need to, you know, wrap up with a lot of patience and, you know, a lot of stains on the carpets and stuff like that. With Ralph, he doesn't do anything when you are present in a room. So with us, we found what works is that we have to constantly watch him, and then we've got the training pads, which I'll probably show you in one of the vlogs that I do with him. So I'll show you the setup and what we do with him when we try and house train him. He's gotten much better, don't get me wrong. As I said, he's 8 months now. He's gotten much better. He's got his routine. So that's really, really good. We're getting there. But again, something to consider, a lot of patience is needed to train them. But it can be done, definitely can be done. So if you've been watching this video for a while, you might be starting to think, why do I need to get a Dachshund? You know, they're stubborn, they bark, and they're always hungry and all that stuff. But I'm telling you, there are good stuff, believe me. Point number 1, he is a very, very affectionate, and Dachshunds in general, I feel like, are very, very affectionate. They love sleeping on your lap. They're always with you. They walk everywhere with you, and they're very touchy-feely, you know. They are cuddle bugs. It's very easy to cuddle with them and, you know, just squeeze them and stuff like that. I mean, a lot of dogs are like that, but Dachshunds, because they're so tiny and small, it kind of makes it super cute. And then in the mornings when, you know, you wake up and you haven't seen him the whole night, you know, he runs there and he does this little shake with his booty, and then he gives you kisses. He literally jumps on your face and he kind of, he kind of comes and cuddles here in this little nook here. So it's really, really cute, the cutest thing ever. Point number 2 kind of comes out from point number 1, from them being affectionate, but he is, he decided to play games now. Let me just show you. What is he doing, this little boy? Look at him. Ralph, are you okay there? Just having fun there, eh? Ralph. Gotcha! I gotcha! I gotcha! I gotcha! I gotcha! Little joker. Point number 2 comes out of point number 1, as I was saying, them being really, really affectionate. Oh, Ralph, come here. Do you want to be in this video or not? I feel like you want to, because it's a video about you. Yeah. Yes, so them being very, very affectionate. He absolutely goes crazy when you come home after you've been away for some time. He just, as I said, he does this little booty shake and he just jumps up and he's so happy to see you. He barks, you know, he tells you off that you've been away for so long, but it's the cutest thing ever, and it just makes your day great. Like if you had a bad day and you come home to this, like, you know, nothing in the world compares to this. It's an amazing feeling. Point number 3 that's great about Dachshunds, they are very tiny. Ours isn't miniature, but look at him. I mean, he looks quite big in this, you know, in this video, but look at him. I can just pick him up. He's only, I think he's 6.5 kg, maybe 6.7 now, because I've been feeding him quite well in this lockdown. But he, you know, they don't take up a lot of space. They are great for the flats because, again, they don't need a lot of space. You know, if your flat doesn't have a garden, they could just run around in the flat, which is great. Their cage isn't that big. Our cage, which again I'll show you in our vlogs, and you probably see it in the background sometimes, it doesn't take up a lot of space. It's just next to our sofa with this bed in it, and because they're, you know, so light and tiny, you could just pick them up and move them if they're in your way, or, you know, if they're somewhere where you don't want them to be. So, you know, in that sense, it's very, very good. Point number 4, we've separated it kind of from the other points as being affectionate. We said he's very, very loyal, and he is. He follows you everywhere you go. When you walk him, outside, and put him off the lead, his recall is quite good. And then he also, when he walks, he always looks behind him. He's like, where's mom, where's dad? And then he just comes back to you. And then if you are not walking, he will not walk without you. So that's really, really great. It shows that they are loyal to their masters, to their mom and dad, to his parents. And then point number 5 is people adore him. I mean, we adore and love him, but when you go and walk in a park, you literally cannot walk in a park without getting attention, without Ralph getting attention. You know, Ralph, you just want to play with me while I make a video. You know it's a video about you, isn't it? So cute. You're just gonna get all the attention. People always are like, oh my god, he's so cute. And where we got him like little jackets, Ralph, shush, little rain jackets, little jumpers. People just adore him so much. If you're someone who wants to get out there, get to know your community, and you don't really know how, getting a dog, us getting Ralph has actually made us make a lot of friends with our neighbors who have dogs and other animals, with some of the community here where we live. Bless you! And it's just been great, you know, you talk to other dog owners, you meet other Dachshund owners, you share some tips, you share, you know, my dog does this, does your dog this? And they're like, oh yeah, this is common, and you know, this is our first dog and it's a Dachshund, and it's great to learn other things. So, you know, if you want to kind of socially integrate in your community, I think getting a dog in general, and a Dachshund, which is cute dog, will help you with that. Okay, and in the last part of this video, I just want to share you some of the things that are specific to Ralph, that might not be specific to all the Dachshunds, but just specific to Ralph. So thing number 1 is he's not very keen on toys, which me saying that now and while filming this video, he's literally there behind the scenes playing with a toy, which is great. We did find a way for him to get interested in toys. Again, I will link the video in here where I show you a vlog about him and his toys and what we did to kind of get him interested in toys. But in the beginning, he wasn't keen on the toys whatsoever. He'd rather play with the plastic bottle rather than a nice colorful toy with different textures, you know, and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll link the video in the description box and somewhere on the screen for you to see if you're interested in him and his toys. One of the things I can share with you now with his toys is that he loves chasing a ball in the flat, but if you try and throw the ball in the park for him, he chases after it, but he never brings it back. He's absolutely not interested in it. But in the house, he cannot get enough of his little, there's like a little tennis balls, mini ones, because obviously his mouth is too small for the big ones. So it's the mini tennis balls, and he absolutely loves them. Chases them around the house all the time, but in the park, it's a no-no. Point number 2, Ralph is very, very friendly, like extremely friendly. He, you know, he's not scared of strangers. He is not scared of any other dogs apart from German Shepherds, which he screams when he sees them for some reason. But in the park, he's the one running to all the dogs, sniffing all the people, you know, people who are running in the park. He wants to run with them because he thinks it's a fun game. He's always everywhere around the place. A little downside we find with him being friendly is it's very hard to train him to be off the lead because he is that friendly. He sees a dog, he chases, he runs to the dog, even if it's on the other side of the field, and then his recall isn't that great because he doesn't listen to you, even though you have all the snacks in the world. He's only interested in the dog, so he runs away. The second thing is, when a stranger comes to the house, he's just, you know, he's very, very friendly with the person, and he's not very great at, you know, protecting you from the strangers, but that's not why we got him in the first place anyway. So, but I don't know, maybe it's a specific thing to all the Dachshunds, but some of the Dachshunds we've met in our community here in a park, the owners say that they are quite aggressive towards strangers, like they would bark at people, but Ralph isn't like that. He's extremely friendly. To be honest, we like him that way, we prefer him that way rather than him barking at, you know, little kids in a park. That would just not be great. Point number 3 is, as I mentioned in point number 2, it's very difficult to train him off the lead because he is so friendly. he runs to other dogs. So when we are in a park and we let him off the lead, it's only where we cannot see a dog like anywhere near at sight. If I do see a dog, even if it's far away, I have to put him straight back on a lead, because he will run away, and then you'll just be like, oh my God. We had an incident in the park where he ran to the dog and I called him back, he came back, and then again he went charging after the dog, and then they had a bit of a fight. Everything is fine, he didn't suffer, nothing. His coat was just really dirty because the dog I think the other dog was a bit aggressive, and he was annoyed because Ralph kept jumping up to the dog because he was just being friendly and wanted to play, but the other dog wasn't so keen. So the dog just went like this and put Ralph to the ground with his paw. Bless you. We were really worried, but he was absolutely fine. As I said, his coat and his harness was a little bit dirty, but that was about it. So since then, we're a bit wary on letting him off the lead. And we've been very, very careful with that. So when you go to the park, it is constantly on the lead, off the lead, on the lead, off the lead. But yeah, that's the way we train him now. We have also ordered a 10-meter, a really, really long lead to kind of train him to be off the lead, and then if anything you can always like get him back, but it's still give him that freedom of like running around and chasing birds in a park, which is absolutely adorable. Thing number 4 that is specifically good and specifically applies to Ralph is that he is amazing in the cars. He wasn't in the beginning when he was just being picked up by his dad. Come here, Ralph, come here. He was absolutely mad in a car. He didn't like it in a car. He was scared of it. He was screaming, he was jumping, and it was very, very difficult. But as we took more trips in a car, he got used to it, and now whenever he's in a car, he settles down really quickly, he falls asleep, and we can take long journeys with him. I think the longest one we've taken so far has been an hour and a half, I believe. We went to the beach and he was fine all the way there. He slept all the way back, and it's just really, really helpful that you can just take him in the car and he'll be calm and won't distract you from driving, which is really, really important. Thing number 5, again, as I mentioned before, he's very friendly. So thing number 5 about Ralph, he's a useless guard dog. He doesn't guard you whatsoever. He's too friendly. He's a puppy. He's just curious. He just want to sniff everyone, be everyone's friend. Sometimes he's scared of people, but in terms of guarding you, no, don't even think about it. And thing number 6, as I said, Dachshunds in general are very affectionate, but Ralph is super affectionate. He is very, very needy at all times. He wants attention. He loves attention. He wants us to look at him at all times, even if he's just, sitting there next to you or lying down. He just wants constantly someone to be in the room with him. Saying that, there hasn't been any problems leaving him at home alone, and we just give him a snack to distract him, and then we just sneak out, and he's been absolutely fine. But when you're in the house, if you can't go to another room and close the door on him, no, he will bark. He will probably pee out of spite or something. He just needs attention. He just needs to constantly see you. If he's sleeping on a sofa and you're in a room, you get up to go to the toilet or to the kitchen, he's up, he runs after you, just to see where you go in and stuff like that. So it's really, really interesting. Right, that is it today, guys. That's all we have for you. I hope these reasons to get a Dachshund helped you to decide to get one. I know there's a couple of negative-ish ones, but I guess every single dog will have some of those negative ones to consider before you get one. But I hope that the positive ones helped you to decide to get this little cutie face that bites me all the time when he's playing, but he's so cute. If this video was helpful to you, please give us a like. Please subscribe to our channel so you can follow life with this little rascal, his little vlogs from his walks, his little playtimes and other events. I hope you all have a great day, and we will see you later. Boop!